just because. And Kandi reportedly discovered Todd was communicating with other women behind her back before filing divorce. She had no idea. So let's do a couple things. Y'all can stop it with the Todd got somebody pregnant rumor. Todd had a vasectomy very early on in their relationship, okay? That's a little bit of tea. I don't know if I was supposed to tell that or not. Todd ain't got nobody pregnant. Nah, Todd was around somebody's house, okay? And I got her pictures. I know where she stay. And I know her name.
Girl, we all knew Kandi and Todd's divorce was going to be a battle, but nobody expected the drama to explode from the very first moment. What we didn't see coming was just how messy things would get behind the scenes. Because while the public thought their open marriage was some kind of mutual agreement, Todd was allegedly out here cheating on Kandi even within that arrangement, boldly, recklessly, and with no excuses. And baby, the streets are talking, because we may finally have details on who one of those side chicks actually is. First, Todd filed that wild response in court claiming the prenup should be thrown out because he signed it under duress. Like he was forced, pressured, or trapped. But Kandi? Oh, she did not play. Before the dust could even settle, she came right back swinging, asking the judge to pull up the RHA episode where Todd is on camera, clear as day, agreeing to the prenup and admitting he understood exactly what he was signing. No confusion, no pressure, no duress. And now everything makes sense, because word just dropped that Todd wasn't stepping out on Kandi once, or twice, but allegedly with multiple women over a period of time. And that right there is why Kandi is fighting harder than ever to make sure Todd walks away with none of her money. What started as a divorce has officially turned into a full-blown unraveling, and the truth is getting louder by the day.
This summer, back in motherfucking June, I took a little trip over to Atlanta. Well, I was at the St. Regis, Buckhead, and I saw, allegedly, with my own motherfucking eye, Todd Tucker and some little blonde white woman at the bar. She was sitting on his motherfucking lap. This just so happened to be the exact same time that Kandi was over there on motherfucking Instagram Live bragging about the threesomes that she and Todd used to have. Well, girl, they clocked my motherfucking tea and they told me to take my motherfucking phone back in my motherfucking bag. Well, I made sure to take a mental snapshot, bitch. It was Todd and his little beard with some white woman sitting on his motherfucking lap, who was not motherfucking Kandi.
And here's where the story goes from messy to downright scandalous. Word on the street is that Todd has been using Kandi's money this entire time to fund his side adventures, spoiling other women, taking them to clubs, booking vacations, and living it up while racking up one failed project after another. Insiders say Kandi is absolutely seething because she opened up her marriage, participated in threesomes, and bent over backwards trying to keep her husband satisfied, only to still get cheated on. And now, with Todd gearing up to play dirty by trying to get the prenup tossed out, sources claim Kandi is low-key worried that every piece of their private business is about to spill into the public. She's been moving quietly behind the scenes, doing everything she can to keep the details of their divorce sealed, and to make sure the world doesn't get a peek at what her real net worth looks like. So, child, it's a complete mess. Todd trying to pull a full-on Kevin Hunter playbook was definitely not on our 2025 bingo cards. But honestly, is anyone shocked? Because according to Kandi's own auntie, Todd has been scheming, planning, and sneaking from the very beginning. The deeper this gets, the more it feels like the truth was hiding in plain sight all along.
So I don't think Todd's worried about Kandi being fair. I feel like he wants to pound his chest a little bit because he's read the jokes.
Ever since the news broke that Todd and Kandi are officially calling it quits after 11 years, the way they've handled this split couldn't be more different. Kandi has been posting about feeling emotionally shattered, explaining how the divorce process is draining her, weighing her down, and forcing her to smile through pain just so she can keep showing up for everyone around her. Meanwhile, Todd, well, he took a completely different route. right after filing his response, claiming the prenup should be thrown out and that he deserves primary custody of the kids, he grabbed his boys, packed his bags, and flew straight to the Bahamas. All for what he called healing. But word on the curb is that this breakup didn't come out of nowhere. People close to them say Kandi and Todd have been dealing with major marital issues for a long time. The gag, though? Kandi genuinely believed they were both still invested, trying to work through their problems, fighting for their marriage, doing the therapy, the communication, the effort. Turns out, she was the only one fighting. Because while Kandi was trying to save their home, Todd had already checked out emotionally a long time ago. And she didn't just discover a few flirty conversations on his phone. No, she allegedly found out that Todd had been building actual relationships with other women. Not casual, not accidental, real connections. And he was lying about his marriage, flipping the script, painting Kandi as the problem so he could look innocent. Kandi only uncovered the truth at the very last minute, and she was blindsided. She had no idea that Todd was capable of hiding something this big, this deep, and for this long, and all while living right under her roof. The betrayal wasn't just the cheating. It was the realization that the person she trusted for 11 years had been living a double life she never even saw coming.
I am not calling Todd Tucker a bus driver at all. I believe that Todd was a working individual, that he brought many things to the table, and Kandi made sure we knew that. But the discrepancy is undisputed. The financial discrepancy between herself and Todd remained.
And just when you think the situation couldn't get any uglier, it does. Because the real sting, the part that cut Kandi the deepest, wasn't just that Todd was cheating. It's who he was allegedly sneaking around with. Word is, Todd wasn't out here entertaining some random woman from the streets. No. According to Funky Geneva, the alleged mistress was someone who was actually close to Kandi, close enough to be in her circle, close enough to earn her trust, close enough to smile in her face while sneaking behind her back. That betrayal hits different. It wasn't just infidelity. It was deception wrapped in familiarity. And that's what made this entire situation explode from messy to downright unforgivable.
Pictures. I know where she stay. And I know her name. But I don't want to bring no extra stress and duress around Kandi house. So I'ma hold it. Her name start with a H. You home wrecking whore. Cause I want you to know I know who you is. And here's the thing. If I know who you are, and if the information got to me, it's only a matter of time. I'm giving it by next Wednesday before your face is plastered all over the internet. So, Miss H, you might want to get your ducks and your story in a row, because the way the internet is finna come eat you alive over Kandi Burruss, you gonna wish you never even winked at that man. Okay?
And according to Funky Geneva, this is exactly why Kandi is now desperate to have the entire case sealed. The divorce isn't just exposing their dirty laundry for the world to devour, it's threatening to reveal exactly who Todd was creeping around with. And that, more than anything, is what would embarrass Kandi the most. Because getting cheated on is one thing, but getting cheated on by someone close to you, someone the public could easily recognize, that humiliation hits in a totally different way. Kandi has always been intentional about her image, her brand, her legacy. She built her name brick by brick, and she knows that this one reckless act from Todd has the power to jeopardize all of it. What hurts her the most is watching how boldly Todd moves, how little he seems to care. He was the one caught cheating, yet he's the one acting like he has nothing to lose. And from the way he's pushing this divorce, the way he's trying to toss out the prenup, the way he's trying to expose everything, it's giving revenge. Honestly, it feels like Todd is doing this on purpose because of how much resentment he's been holding onto over the years, resentful that Kandi is the breadwinner, resentful that she calls the shots. resentful that he never had the same power in the relationship. And now, with everything blowing up, he's letting all that bitterness spill out. But here's where the story gets even more complicated. As grimy as Todd looks for cheating and then trying to flip the script, there are whispers that Kandi wasn't exactly innocent either. After all, they did have an open marriage.
Yo, scared ass.
I'm gonna say, yeah, Portia's not the brightest, but Portia's a bad chick.
Come on, Greg, come, what you got?
I would agree that Lisa Wu was a very nice looking girl.
I'm gonna say Portia, okay? Then I'm gonna say Portia, then I'm gonna say Portia again.
If I was single,
And if you've been paying attention from the start, Todd was never head over heels in love with her. We knew it. Kandi's family knew it, and they warned her. Her friends knew it. Kandi went through with the marriage because she didn't want to spend her life alone. And let's not forget the moment Todd told her to her face, "You ain't no Rihanna." Like, who says that to someone they claim to love? That alone should have told Kandi everything she needed to know. Mama Joyce has already called Todd out once for cheating with Kandi's best friend Carmen, after people spotted Carmen sitting on Todd's lap in a club. And who could forget the way Todd's eyes were always glued to Portia? Anytime she was near, he magically stopped blinking. It was almost impossible not to see how thirsty he was, and how Kandi clearly wasn't his type at all. When you put all the pieces together, this marriage wasn't just falling apart. It was crumbling long before Kandi ever realized it. She was just the last one to see the truth. Now, the latest rumor shaking the table is that the woman Todd was allegedly stepping out with was Carmen, which would track, considering how close she's always been to Kandi. But as of right now, there's no solid proof. Nothing confirmed. Just whispers circling the streets. But one thing about the truth? It always finds its way out, and when it does, it's going to hit hard. And people are definitely standing 10 toes down for Kandi, because the audacity of Todd trying to get alimony after he's the one who got caught sneaking around is something else entirely. Especially with those old clips resurfacing, Todd looking Kandi dead in her face and asking how she'd feel if he slept with her friends or someone she knew if they ever divorced. That man was telling on himself years ago. The signs were there. The disrespect was loud. Diabolical. Todd cheating isn't shocking. I mean, what married man is at the strip club until 4 or 5 a.m. on a regular basis? A cheating one. And Kandi should have known something was off the moment she discovered he had a secret apartment in the city, one she knew absolutely nothing about. So now the real question is this: should Kandi go public with the mistress's identity or keep it private? What would you do? Sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more updates. Bye, guys. See you in the next video.